Hey folks, Alex here with Bay Cities Construction. Welcome to the Bay Cities Construction Show. We put our weekly show together about a construction related topic to educate you and have you be a better informed consumer of construction services. Tonight it's episode 54 and we're going to be talking about SPC Floors, stone polymer composites from our vendor Urbanfloor. So Urbanflooring in particular as our vendor. And part of the show is we have a little trivia minute, and at the end of the show we have a little Q&A. So I answer your most commonly asked questions. And by the way, if you have a question, please go ahead and post it. Even though the show may be over, we always come back and answer all the questions on the feed. So let's talk about the features and the benefits of SPC flooring. One of the main features, obviously, is the price. And historically, floors have been either tile or engineered floors or hardwood floors for that matter. And over the last 10 years, this technology of printing on vinyl on a substrate and then covering it with a wear layer has gotten better. You know, before the first floors that came out, they looked really plasticky and stuff. And some of the laminates had a paper backer. And when they were exposed to moisture, like pets peeing or people dropping water and stuff on the floors, they started to kind of come apart. So they've really come a long way. The SPC floors are super durable. Some of them even have like a 10-year warranty that they come with. So it's a very very cool product. It's a very cool way to cover a lot of square footage at a very reasonable price. We're installing these in high-end homes, okay? We're installing them in PV estates. We've installed them over in beautiful Eagle Rock, in a multi-million-dollar house in Eagle Rock. And that's actually a little snippet of the staircase that we installed. The other historical shortfall was that there was no nosing the edges of the stairs for staircases. Now they sell a full kit, so everything's color matched and it looks really, really neat. This is SPC flooring, and this house has been staged. Super nice furniture and everything. It looks really good, really luxurious. And if you have pets, man, this is a very good option. Engineered floors and hardwood floors, people really have a problem if you have pets with the scratching and the way that they wear. Also, if you're down here by the beach, if you're near the beach and you have sand, kind of your family's tracking in sand, it'll scratch the floors. So this is an alternative, and we're going to cover some of the different styles and the colors and stuff that they come with. So other than the look, than the aesthetic color, the other option is that the width of the planks, right? These come in 7.5 inch, and 9 inch planks in their widths. The variety is amazing. You can go from real light grays, deep browns, even some reddish tones. Really cool options here. And another viable use is in apartments and commercial space because of their durability. As we're looking at Rover with his tennis ball, that reminds me that we did a bucket test on this. We're going to go down memory lane. I'm going to share with you a little video that we shot. I think it was a couple years ago now, about where we basically stuck a plank inside of a bucket of water, and it sat there for like 2-3 months. So here is our bucket test. All right, so we got this bucket. It's been in here for quite some time. So this is what you got. Now, typically, there's massive amounts of damage on here on the corner. Normally this swells and it starts to buckle and it starts to fray. You get the next piece bumped up to it, they start to buckle. This material does not react with water. Here, this section here, we did have a little bit of separation of the rubber. You know, these have been in water, submerged in water. So hopefully you enjoyed our little throwback Thursday bucket test. And every once in a while we test some of the stuff to see how it holds up. You know, we put a pretty significant warranty on the work that we do here at Bay Cities Construction. So I want to make sure that the materials are up to snuff. Hey, so let's get into it. Let's go a little deeper. So I dive a little deeper with the Urbanfloor Cascade Series, which is their SPC series. And let's go over the first kind of color palette, which are kind of the lighter tans, lighter browns. So one of the first color is the Maldives. So that's a super light tan, which is the one in the picture, and it's also the first one here that we're gonna have in studio. Urbanfloor gave us these really cool samples, or good size sample, so that people can get an idea of the variation in the color. Part of the charm is that the panels are mimicking the randomness of real wood. So this is a really nice light color for those of you guys that have a little beach house. You're going for that beach cottage type of look. Super nice. It's kind of a blondie type of color. It's going to give you a lot of flexibility in your furniture too. All right, the next color is Anguilla, kind of more of a rustic look. There's a little bit of a saw kind of a texture in there. Now the other kind of cool thing, when I mentioned that these things are pet friendly, they are, because the pets can actually, there's a little bit of texture to them. So if you're walking, when you walk on them barefoot, you won't feel like they're super slippery. Neither will your little pooch. They won't have to dig their nails into it to try and get some traction. And the last one in this little series is the Yellowstone. And this has got kind of a whitewash finish. Like, it looks like some of the white got wiped off. And again, there's trying to give it a little bit of character, a little bit of design. So if you like furniture that's got a natural stain and a little wash in it, this is kind of down that design path. All right, so Brian, let's bring out the next set here. We're gonna talk about grays. All right, so this next set here has some grays in it. And look, if you're thinking about doing some strong colors for your furniture or some strong colors on the walls, you definitely want to go a little lighter on the floors. Or maybe the scenario in the room is the rooms are a little smaller. Kind of a lighter colored floor helps. This color hides dog hair too, especially if you have lighter. I remember this house that we did maybe 7-8 years ago. We did like a dark wood, and they had white dogs. You could see their hair everywhere. So this is Whitewater. The first one's Whitewater. The second one here is Yosemite. Are you fucking with me? All right, so we got Yosemite. It's got a little bit more taupe in it. The Whitewater is definitely a gray in the gray family. The Yosemite's got some taupe in it. And then if you want a darker gray, you got a darker gray. You got this color called Alamere. If you're interested in a darker gray, you don't want to go so light. This Alamere, I think, would hide just about everything because it's got such a nice variation in the color. Let me run through the slides so you can see what a room looks like with these colors on them. So let me jump over to the computer real quick. So there's your Whitewater. You know, I don't think that the slide does it justice. I think the snippet from our camera here on the studio is a little bit better. But this is a 7-inch plank, and probably has about 10 different variation planks on it. Yosemite's a little bit lighter with a little bit more taupe, less gray, more taupe. Again, the slide here on the screen doesn't give it justice. The Alamere is definitely a stronger gray. So the Alamere is a 7.5-inch plank. It's got more graining on it, so it's going to give you a darker look. It's got some more knots and stuff that have a darker, more black in it. And it definitely, I think overall, is going to give you a darker look, a stronger look, more rich. All right, so if you are a fan of brown, these next three are going to give you a series of variations. Now, I'm talking about like a richer color. So the DeSoto is the one that we have here, and that's primarily brown with some lighter honeys and stuff around the edges. It's got some knots in it for sure. It's got some deep graining. And the plank is 7 inches wide. So the little color code's on there too. All right, let's look at the next one here. It's called the Shoshone. All right, guys. So this next color here is called Shoshone. And hey, if I'm butchering the names, I'm sorry about it. But the color is definitely a little bit more palatable than the name. This has got a little bit of tint of green in it, a little bit of definitely brown as a backstop color. It's got a whitewash on it. It's got some lighter shades in there on the definitely the brown spectrum, but lighter in shade with grays in there. Man, you can really I could totally see picking out some really cool wall colors to complement this. So it just depends on how rich you want, what colors in the wood you want to bring to the wall. So I always say that when a color like this, it offers a good opportunity to select a shade that's inside of the flooring and put it up on the walls. Particularly, I would choose this for a house that had a lot of windows, a lot of natural light, and then during the day you want to have some strong colors on the wall. This is a good option for that. All right, this next color here is called Niagara, and it's got this is a 7.5 inch plank. Now, this is more, if you compare that to the first color, I'm going to put them here side by side in the studio camera. You can see that this is definitely brown, maybe not so rustic, but not as red as this, as the DeSoto. I've installed the DeSoto on several houses, and everybody loves it. But if it's too red for you, if you want more of a brown and you like greens, maybe you're going to have some green curtains or some deep blues splattered. If you're kind of going for that nautical beach look here in the South Bay, maybe this is a good option for you. Niagara. Nice big plank. It's got some color variations, got some darker knots in it, some distressed cracks, really nice texture. Really would feel really good on your feet to walk on this barefoot. I totally think that this is a special, definitely a special color. Now, by the way, there's a lot more colors than what we've covered here. These are just some of my favorites, and I just wanted to share them with you. These are some of the best sellers in each one of their class. So that's basically what we're covering them. All right, so the browns in this series offer three main opportunities of brown, something that has some red in it, something that's got some medium neutral browns, and something on the lighter shade. And they're all 7.5 inch planks. Really nice stuff. This is, again, like I mentioned before, they make a ton of different colors, probably like 27 different colors, something like that. But these are the favorites. These are the best sellers. These are the ones that people find it the easiest to decorate around, whether you're talking about picking furniture or window coverings, etc. So and also the other kind of tricky thing is if you like wood furniture, the color of the floor really matters in helping you select that. You're trying to bring these things together so that they complement each other and you don't have a design conflict. Overall, my ratings, Alex's ratings. For quality, 4-star. For the look, 5-star. Durability, 5 stars. Value, 5 stars. Urbanfloors are definitely they're a good brand, well-established brand. We carry some other flooring, but we really do like the Urban Flooring offerings. Well, guys, it's one of my favorite parts of the show. It's Alex's Trivia Corner. All right, tonight's Trivia Corner question for a Starbucks gift card. The question is, what year was linoleum invented by Frederick Walton? A, 1941, B, 1929, or C, 1860? Hint, it was developed as a floor covering for battleships. True story. So first one to get it right and post on the comments below, it will get a Starbucks gift card. All right, hey Brian, now it's time to drill down into some new questions. We got any questions? Guys, this is the part where we answer your commonly asked questions. And for those of you that posted some questions during the broadcast or the previous broadcast, this is the time we answer your questions. So if you have a question, please go ahead and post it, and we'll cover it in the next broadcast. We'll answer for sure. Plus, it makes the fun interactive. It makes the show fun and interactive.
Hey, Alex, yeah, we got some questions here.
All right, what do we got? Give us the first one.
The first one, somebody wants to know, is SPC flooring a laminate?
Yes. So it has laminate layers, right? It's got a wear layer, which is where it gets its name. It's like ground sand to make that kind of polymer wear layer. Then it's got a layer that gives it the texture, and then there's the layer that gives it the actual print of what it looks like, what the color schemes are. And then below that is the base, and then many of them will have a soft rubber backing, and that goes directly onto the existing floor.
Awesome. One of the common questions that we get is some people use SPC and vinyl interchangeably. Is it the same type of flooring?
No, they're not. Like luxury vinyl, it's a version of it. It's a laminate also, but it just depends on how many layers and the quality of the layers and et cetera. So there's definitely a bunch of different price points for this material, and they're not all the same, but those terms are commonly used interchangeably.
A common question that we get about this product is, can this be installed in a bathroom?
Yes, it can, because it's waterproof thanks to the bucket test, which proves that it can be. So we were very hesitant to do that at first, but obviously after seeing that thing in the bucket, the laminate in the bucket for a few months, and it didn't swell or change, deform or anything like that, I feel confident about it. I do think I do have like kind of one thing to share with people about the laminate, whether it's in the floors or whether it's in the floor in the bathroom or in the floor in the hallway. People have to get used to the fact that laminate is not glued down. So it feels like it's moving because it's moving. So, you kind of have to get over that if you're going to put that in.
So, hey, that's actually a good segue, because somebody wants to know, will I need perfectly level floors for a product like this?
Well, we have to get you level. If you're not level, we have to put self-leveler down or something else with the subfloor. Any dips or any height changes in the floor, when you put the laminate over it, it'll print that shape. So if you have one part of the floor that dips out a 1/4 inch, so like let's say from the entrance of the hallway into a bedroom, sometimes you'll see like a height change in there. If you don't make a smooth transition from those two heights, over time you'll see it in the SPC, and it doesn't look good.
Follow-up question. Somebody wants to know, when using SPC, how do I transition if I have uneven floors? Maybe like in a bedroom, they have carpet or something like that.
Yeah, the most common way to transition is to make the floor, is to infill the voids or the change in height with lightweight concrete. If your subfloor is weak, if it's spongy and it's flexing, that has to be fixed. You just can't throw it on top of it. It'll create other problems.
One of the viewers says, I loved this product. It looks awesome. They want to know, how much more would I need to pay for a similar look using engineered or hardwood floors?
Probably 3 times more, Oh, well, I mean, first of all, the cost of the material itself is a lot more. So if this stuff is around $4 a foot, something like that, real wood is going to be like $15, $20 a foot. So it's definitely, it's price point wise, they're in a different world.
Somebody wants to know, is this material DIY friendly?
Yeah, I think people can lay out like if the subfloor is in good shape, or maybe they have existing hardwood floors that oak, the 2-inch oak, and the floors aren't out of shape too much, they can probably drop down this flooring in the bedrooms, do like a bedroom or maybe a living room or something like that, living room, dining room. They could probably do that in a couple days.
Somebody else wants to know, what is a free floating floor? Is this a free floating product?
Okay, so a free floating floor basically means that this backside's got some rubber on it. When you set it on your subfloor, it's not glued. It just sits there, and the next planks interlock with each other, and it sits there. And these were kind of designed for Europe, because in Europe, when you move into an apartment, you take your floors with you when you leave, because you paid for them. So they're kind of a modular setup. I mean, that's what I've been told. I don't know. I haven't lived in Europe, but that's what I've been told. Kind of the initial invention was for that. people would do that. Same reasoning behind the IKEA cabinet setup. You can disassemble it if you want to and take it with you.
Wow, that's pretty interesting. Hey, somebody wants to know, how long have you been using Urbanfloor products?
It's been probably about 6 years now, 7 years now, 6, 7 years, something like that. You know, be honest with you, this started real slow, the momentum. It almost seemed like it was around and it looked plasticky and kind of nobody really wanted it. It was used, I think, in more apartments than anything else because it's so durable, the earlier versions. But then when the printing got better and the texture got better to the point where it feels really comfortable on your feet, because again, there's traction. It's not super slick. So all of a sudden it started really getting traction in sales. People actually were starting to ask for it. And it's been a great seller for us over the last, particularly over the last 3 years. We've had some very good success with it. I mean, the whole house. We've gotten several jobs that we did gut remodels, and we installed between 1,200 and 2,500 square feet. So we're doing a job in Dana Point now that we're installing some SPC flooring on. They're totally stoked, especially over here by the beach, man. If you got dogs and stuff, this is a really good product.
Somebody wants to know, Alex, is this better than linoleum?
Yeah, it's better than linoleum. Linoleum is just, it's linoleum. If you can afford better than linoleum, you should. Linoleum tears, and it just does the pattern, the image of the image of what it's supposed to look like is kind of inked on the surface, so it wears out. If you put them you used to see them a lot in the apartments and kitchens. And when you move the fridge, there's always a tear by the fridge. It's a different material.
Somebody wants to know, how long does the typical installation take?
Well, 3 days, 2-3 days. Pretty fast, much faster than installing hardwood or engineered. The fact that it's free floating makes it a lot faster. Normally the last 2 days are spent putting back base molding and putting in case molding and stuff like that after it's in. But it goes in pretty quick.
We got one last question here. Somebody wants to know, how much more overage will I need to order? I'm considering a product like this.
I like 10%, If you feel like there's good inventory of the product, maybe you can get 5% extra. If there's not a lot of cuts, if it's a nice rectangle room with not a lot of cuts. Stairs eat up a lot, so you should order maybe 20% more for the stairs. You lose a lot of material doing the stairs, doing the riser and the treads. All right, folks, that has been the Q&A section. If you want to learn more, please go to Bay Cities Construction. We've got a lot of information in there. We've got content on our blogs. We've got tons of videos on YouTube. But our website is baycitiesconstruction.com. It's probably about 350, 400 blog articles on different construction-related topics. And if you're thinking about doing a kitchen or bathroom remodel, we're the team for you. Hey, if you haven't checked it out, episode 53, we talked about vent fans, and we compared a couple different vent fans. Our favorite Panasonic versus the Braun. We also post this stuff on YouTube and Facebook. And if you can always catch the replay on either one of those platforms. The episode previous to that was building permits. If you want to understand that process, we did that video on that. So, hey, if you have a topic that you want us to do an episode on, please comment below. Leave a comment below. If you like the episode or don't like the episode, love to hear your comments. It makes it a lot more interactive and fun to engage with our viewers. So this is our YouTube channel. You can learn a lot more about remodeling and also different members of the team. This year, I'm going to be incorporating some more videos with different members of the team so you get to know us. And, I'm not by myself. I have a team of folks. Wendy is our interior designer, and Casey is our project manager. So that's a picture of us here. Right here, we got Brian, Wendy, that's me, and that's Casey. So, hey, I've been doing this for a while, folks. Been doing this since 2004. Licensed contractor, general remodeling, anything that's got to do with wood construction as residential, we do that. So we can help design your deal, come up with architectural engineering drawings, represent you with the city, and manage your project so it looks beautiful. Well, hey folks, thanks for watching. Hey guys, my name's Alex with Bay Cities Construction, reminding you don't need a contractor. You need a team of pros. My name's Alex Rodriguez, reminding you don't need a contractor. You need a team of pros.